what is this life force that's within us? And more importantly, how can we tap into that? How can we consciously use it so that we can be energized, so that we can feel awake, alive, passionate, vitality? I love that word. It's one of my favorite words, vitality. How many of us feel that we wish more of that? We all want more of that vibrancy of life. And I'm going to be teaching you a technique so that you can consciously generate this on a daily basis, so that you can turn your being into a cultivator, a generator of that life force energy. And so we're going to explore some of the basic principles of how this works and where does this life force come from. So before we do that, we're going to do a 1 breath exercise. Okay, so I invite you to exhale all your breath, however you're sitting and being, and then take a deep, 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 full breath, full breath. Inhale more at the top of your breath. Hold it. Keep holding. Keep holding. Keep holding a little more. And exhale. Now, what happened in that breath? Did you feel something like knocking from inside of you, like, let me out? Right? I like to think of it as an impulse for life. There's something, this inherent nature movement inside of us that says, I want to live. Maybe we've learned to think of that as the mechanisms for breath. I invite you to think of it as the impulse of life. It's in every one of us, this impulse to live. Sai Maa tells us again and again, we were not made to die. Our cells were not made to die. We'll explore that more today. We were created to live, not just to live to survive, but to live in the fullness of life. So as I speak about life, I might invite you to imagine it in your mind with a capital L, life. Not just staying alive, this pure life, the essence of life. In the Vedic tradition, this essence of life, this life force, is called prana. And Sai Maa speaks of prana as the essence of breath. It's beyond just the breath, it's that essence. It's what's available in each breath, should we choose to use it consciously. Should we choose to tap into it and move it throughout our being. So for every single one of us, this prana life force is available. However, most of us are using it just to stay alive. Not for any fault of ours, just for lack of education of how to properly utilize, consciously, intelligently utilize our breath and direct the flow of prana within us. And this is what Sai Maa teaches us to do. You know, a Ferrari, right? Like one of the fastest cars. Yes, I had to Google which was the fastest car, and that's one of them that I recognize the name. So it's like using a Ferrari to run our errands, to go 10 blocks, a couple miles to the supermarket, maybe go pick up something at the pharmacy and go home. What a waste, right? A Ferrari is designed for that speed, for that excellence, that precision. Car people can interject the right terms there. I don't know them, but I know it in terms of the body. And so what I would say in terms of what we're designed for, what this prana makes available to us, is that we can regenerate our cells, that we can create a state of continual vitality inside of our body. We can use this prana to expand our mind beyond what we've experienced. We can use it to elevate our consciousness to such heights of glory and grace. We can use it to consciously heal to heal the organs of the body, and so much more. So this prana life force is inherent inside of each one of us. And here is what I find so miraculous about our being. It's a true miracle. You ready for it? We were designed, we are designed to live in an enlightened state. Our energetic being, our physical anatomy, what we call our spiritual or our energetic anatomy, was designed to fully embody this pure vitality of prana. What do I mean by we were designed for that? The architecture of our being was made, again, not just what we may have learned in science, we learned right in school about where the different organs are and how the system works and how we can kind of do the basic functionings of being a human being. And as Sai Maa teaches us, and as the Vedic knowledge of India teaches us, we are designed to be enlightened beings. To, yes, survive and to live on this plane and all the aspects that that includes. And also our system was designed to circulate this prana, this pure life with a capital L through our whole system. And so another way of saying that is we're designed to live full of energy. And there is no, in my life, no better example of that than Sai Maa. I didn't even imagine what was possible in a human body, in a human being until I met Sai Maa. And I realized, wow, we can be that exuberant and alive and full on a continuous basis. And in a moment, you'll have an opportunity to see Ma and to experience that. So coming back to this being designed, I want us to look at today, we are designed specifically for this life force to circulate through our whole system. And so we have our physical anatomy, what many of us are accustomed to relating to as physical matter. And we have our subtle bodies, that which holds the energy of our thoughts, our emotions, our karma, the imprints of our past actions. Many of us have heard of the chakras, these different vortices of energy. And what I want us to particularly look at today is what are called the nadis. So the nadis are the channels of energy for this prana. According to the yogic and Vedic knowledge, there are 72,000 channels of energy throughout our being. Something like that, times so much more they can't fit onto a screen. So see that and experience that. Sai Maa speaks about these tiny thread like hairs that are interlaced with our physicality, with our subtle energy bodies moving. This is the energetic circuitry of this prana life force. And when we turn that up, when that's flowing freely, our system becomes even more energized. Yes, like that. So if we want to know the science of how we turn into light, this is it. So it's so important to understand and learn how to work with this energetic circuitry of our body. And today we're going to explore one of the most powerful tools to clear the energy in our nadis, in these energetic channels of our being. And in a moment, we're going to hear directly from Sai Maa. And I invite you, as you listen to Ma, also watch and see and feel Ma. And so as we listen and experience Ma, let's also experience Ma's exuberance and vitality and know that that's ours to tap into. So let's welcome Her Holiness Sai Maa, her teachings and presence here with us.
So imagine that your cell, take one cell, your cells is a being by itself. I will not say person, I'll say being, because it has many forms, it has many shapes, it has also many light energy around it. It has its own memory, it has its own chakra field, auric field. One cell, choose one cell, see it, feel it, speak to it, do something with it. This cell doesn't want to die at all. Zero, doesn't want to die. This cell exists for real in this world, but doesn't want to die. What can you do for this cell, yourself? What can you do? What can you do for this cell? How can you serve this cell? How can you support this cell? How can you enlighten this cell, whose core nucleus is a bright, tiny sparkle of light? Because these cells come from source through energy. And when it reaches this plane, it manifests into matter. A cell of your body is a living energy, which grabs, absorbs everything you think of, everything you feel. When you're joyous, guess what happened to that cell? What happened to the aura of that cell? What happens to the chakras of that cell? What happened to the mental body of that cell? Yes, yes. When you beat yourself, what happened to that cell? Yes. This is how humans kill the body. Through what they put in it. And imagine that your body is like the world, and all the cells is like humanity. Each cell is a human being. I am asking you today to open your consciousness to the grace, to the power, to life of longevity with me. Longevity. You were not created to die. I repeat this. You were not created to die. You first enter this dimension in your light body. You were not coming from monkey, but that's me. You don't have to believe in it, but that's me. So what I'm saying to you today, you can regenerate, reset the cells of your whole body with a holistic approach, with the wholeness of source.
Yes, we can regenerate our body with the wholeness of source. The other one is Kapalabhati pranayama. Is this amazing way that we can direct consciously the prana in our being to energize. And today we're going to do it in a special way. I know many of you are pros. You've been doing this for maybe decades, and we're going to do it a new way today. Okay. And some of you, it may be your first time learning this practice. This is one of the first things that I always teach, because it is a technique that in a few minutes can shift the energy on every level of our being: physical, mental, emotional. And we're going to do a specific practice today that I'm calling the cell energizing Kapalabhati pranayama, inspired by Maa's teaching that we've just seen. So pranayama is a set of breathing techniques that we have received from the Vedic knowledge of India, comes from the Vedic and yogic knowledge of India. And it is really about mastering the flow of this prana. So again, we talked about this energetic circuitry. And that energy inside of this system of nadis doesn't always flow freely. We have different experiences in life that creates blocks in that, whether it's from an emotional trauma or experience or stress, contraction and tension on a mental level, physical pain and experiences. Our body not only feels the effect of that, it's also represented in the flow of prana. And so when I say we are designed to live in an enlightened state, it means that there is the possibility, as many wrote here, it's possible to live in that enlightened state. And yes, we have to do something for it. We have to work with ourselves. And one of the ways to work with that is these 72,000 channels of energy that are bringing pure life force, that source of life from pure source into the cells. And so pranayama is a set of different breathing techniques so that we can control our breath consciously in order to direct and master ultimately the flow of that life force. And Kapalabhati pranayama is an incredible, energizing, life-giving practice that we're going to be doing here together. So the key to practicing this is we're going to be exhaling forcefully out through our nose. So first, if you got one of these around, you might want to clear out the physical channels so we can be doing some powerful exhales through our nose, and then just try practicing a couple times. Before you think of anything else, just exhale and feel as if you want to exhale and let out all of the breath with that forceful exhale. Do that 5 times. Great. And we'll notice that as you do that and as you're trying to forcefully exhale all this breath, that the motor that allows for that is the abdomen, right? So we're not doing this. We're not like kind of throwing our body forward or anything like that. It's coming from this pumping of our lungs, but that comes from this contraction of our abdomen. So next, I'm going to invite you to take your hand and put it on your abdomen. And for 5 breaths, we're going to exhale now and push on your hand. I don't want to move my video. And we're going to push on our abdomen in as we exhale to invite us there. Great, just like that. And push in and feel that. Great, and relax after 5 times. Okay, so this is going to be the main aspect that's going to drive the power of this breath. What we're doing with this is we're inviting this free flow, this flooding of prana life force through all of the energetic circuitry of our being to clear, to wash, to cleanse, and to energize our beautiful, amazing cells that are just waiting there, waiting to be alive and waiting to receive through our direction, through our conscious will and intention, that light, and through our action and breath. And so we're going to be breathing the whole time through our nose. And what we'll do is as we exhale, after we exhale forcefully, we're just going to relax. We exhale and there's a relaxation after that. And you'll notice, just like when we held our breath, our body naturally wants to inhale. Okay, so all of the focus is on the exhale. And there's this short, just quick, I like to show it with my hands because that's the best way of doing it, like this little sip of an inhale that happens. Okay, so we are inhaling between every exhale. So please don't try to just exhale, exhale, and then take an inhale. Okay, so there's an inhale and exhale, 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 forcefully breathing out and in through our nose the whole time. Okay. Our belly is contracting in. We're doing this pulsating action. And the way that we're going to do it differently today, so listen up if you kind of went into I know this mode. Listen up again because we're doing it differently. We're going to do this in a slow and steady pace for 5 minutes. And I think you're going to love me after these 5 minutes. My guess, you can tell me. I think you're going to say, oh my God, why haven't I been doing this for years? This is amazing. Okay. So for 5 minutes, we're just going to slow and steady like this. We're just going to use that to build. And if any moment you feel it's really uncomfortable for you, you just take a few breaths and relax and then just come back at it. Okay, so we're not pushing ourselves. We are forcefully exhaling. And the whole time, the importance is on this forceful exhale. That's an extended exhale with this steady pace. All right, and we are going to become a powerhouse of prana. We're just going to build it and build it and build it and use that to direct it into all of those cells that we can imagine as all those beings waiting for this energy. While we practice, we're going to hold a specific mudra, an energetic seal or position with our hands, which is the prana mudra. So the easiest way to find this is give me a peace sign, bring our fingers together, and then we're going to put the tips of all of these other 3 fingers together. So the tips of the thumb, this pinky, and the index finger together, or is that the ring finger, and the pointer and the index finger are straight. Okay, our hands are going to be resting on our knees with our palms facing up. This is prana mudra. So this is the mudra. It's an energizing mudra, as I said, seal. Where we are not only breathing in the prana, but we are directing it to flow through our whole energetic being, through the circuitry of the nadis. Okay, and this practice is an energizer. It's a way of having like an energetic pick-me-up. So we're going to combine the 2 together. And 2 more points as you're doing this. The tip of the tongue is going to touch the roof of the mouth, resting there, just a little bit behind the teeth. And when our eyes are closed, we're going to be gazing up at what we know as the ajna chakra, this vortex of energy between the eyebrows, what Sai Maa calls the first eye, that which allows us, the spiritual eye, that which allows us to see in the dimension and world of energy and consciousness, to open our consciousness to that. Okay, so we're breathing out powerfully with that powerful exhale as we contract the abdomen, slow and steady. Our hands are in prana mudra, like that. Tip of the tongue touching the roof of the mouth, and the eyes looking at the ajna chakra. You ready? Okay, let's show me that you're ready. Let's see. I'm going to look. Let's see those chests wide open. Yes, beautiful. Thank you for those smiles. Open up our chest, elongate the spine. Feel as if the top of your head, this beautiful chakra, is this flower that's opening up to receive the sun. So create that imagery, that sensation. You can allow the eyes to close. Eyes closing, allowing us to move into the awareness, the experience of the energy. And connect with the breath. Feel life that is breathing your body, life that is breathing your mind. Pure life moving through you. And we'll begin now these 5 minutes cell energizer breathing. Exhaling powerfully as we contract the abdomen. Let's begin. Finding your slow and steady breath. Exhaling fully, powerfully. Finding your rhythm. Beautiful. Know that you are cultivating life force in you. Allow yourself to enjoy. Slow and steady, powerful breath. Allow that flow of light directed now into your cells. Feel the cells growing in their aura, in their light, as more prana floods your being. Going, you're doing awesome. 2 more minutes. Allow that breath to be a yes to that flow of life. Feel your cells receiving the prana, drinking it in. Eyes continue to gaze up Ajna chakra, the tongue touching the roof of the mouth. Keep going. Show to yourself that you are a generator of life force, life energy, with joy. Final minute. Increase the joy. Increase the yes to that life force. Increase the power in your breath. Turn up the vitality through your breath. Can you feel that life in your cells, in your body, in your energy? Final seconds. And now breathing in one more deep breath. Hold that breath in your cells. Offer that life force to your cells. Exhale with joy, with vitality. Expand. Offer prana to every cell. Yes, keep going. There's more. Keep breathing it in. Feel the cells, keep drinking it in. The cells wish for more. The subtle bodies, the chakras, the cells filling pure life. Stillness. Feel the celebration of life in you. Energize it even more. Use your joy to become the life force. Yes, to become that, to embody that. I am prana. I am pure life force. Open your arms. Feel your whole being an expression. Open your chest. Open your heart. Show to life, to yourself, to Ma. I am life. Smile as you become that. Yes, and it continues to increase more and more through your command. Now with love, profound celebration for that life. Lift your hands into all of your being, into your subtle field, into your chakras, into your mind. Yes, beautiful. Anchor that in the body. I am that. And now go into that cell, into those cells, that community of cells that makes up your being. And love the cells. Offer gratitude. These bodies allow us to live, to love, to evolve, to serve. It is our duty as the custodians of these bodies, as the caregivers of these bodies, to allow them to receive the prana that we were designed to live. I invite you, if you're inspired in this moment, make a commitment to yourselves and to yourself. Commitment to nourish and nurture. To think, to feel, to eat, to move in such a way that the cells have the opportunity to live. Beautiful. And in that impulse that is in each one of us to live, to be alive, we open our eyes.